So I see this as great hiring isn't about just filling a role or a vacancy. It's about building a team that will still be thriving in, say, 18 months' time from now. So the businesses that do this well typically apply these four disciplines. So the first is really anchoring any hiring decisions in your values and your behaviours, not just that candidate's experience. So you need to be really crystal clear as an organisation on what you stand for. And as Holly has said, what does good look like day to day? What are your values and behaviours? So in an interview panel, value-based questions really move you away from any rehearsed answers that candidates may be prepping in the background. And it brings more insight into how they might actually make decisions, how they behave under pressure, how they handle challenges, and how they would work with the wider team. And some skills can be taught, but behaviours are much harder to shift. And that is a really vital thing to be considering when you're hiring. The second one is testing reality rather than just talking about it. So again, if you really want to know how well someone will perform in role, I wouldn't rely on hypotheticals too much. I would use real life scenarios, actually have some problem solving exercises and task-based interviews. You're going to learn far more about how someone thinks and how they would behave in a certain situation, how they prioritize and react, versus just listening to them say, this is how I would respond. And then I would build in multiple perspectives. And we spoke about this a fair bit, but a diverse interview panel isn't just about kind of fairness, it's decision quality. And under this new framework, that is really, really key. So if we think back to having quite rushed hiring processes because we have a gap suddenly in the team, that is where we have the risk. So having just one person making hiring decisions can really have some blind spots. So when you have more than one person at different levels, in different functions in the business, it reduces any bias, but it also reduces any hiring being one person's gut feeling, and it's more evidence-based. And the last one here, I really like this bit, but hire for culture add, not culture fit. So again, the biggest hiring mistake happens when businesses kind of confuse comfort for compatibility. So the goal isn't to kind of replicate what we already have in place, but it's to bring in more diverse thinking, and really someone who can challenge us to grow more. So I would definitely think about that. And that really is how teams evolve rather than stagnate. So to put it really simply, the long-term fit comes from clarity and evidence and diversity, and it's not based on just kind of chemistry or a CV alone. So I would define the behaviours of the business, not just the competencies that you need for that role, and make sure that you're bringing that into every stage of the interview process. So it's really clear to the candidate what you stand for as a business. And as Holly said, what does good look like? I would make sure that you have real world test scenarios in there as well. Never hire from a single viewpoint. Make sure you've got multiple people in there that are bringing different perspectives. And then really ask yourself when you're making a decision, is this a candidate going to replicate what we've already got, or are they going to help us grow?